Snowflakes drift through a silent London night as an old miser locks his counting house, unaware that the clock of his own heart is about to strike. Beat. In that single moment, Charles Dickens ignites a tale that will haunt, delight, and ultimately redeem even the frostiest soul. 1. A world wrapped in chains. Introducing Scrooge. Picture London on Christmas Eve, veiled in fog and flickering lamplight. Beat. Inside a narrow office sits Ebenezer Scrooge, thin-lipped and flinty-eyed, counting coins the way others count blessings. He rejects holiday greetings as humbug, underpays poor clerk Bob Cratchit, and snaps at carolers who dare to sing by his door. Beat. Yet Dickens does more than sketch a villain. He dissects the anatomy of greed. We learn that Scrooge's business partner, Jacob Marley, died 7 years earlier on this very night. Marley's absence sharpens every clang of Scrooge's cash box, hinting that money has become both shield and shackle. Beat. At home, Scrooge's cheerless chambers reflect his spirit, cold, dark, without a spark of human warmth. Then the air quivers. Heavy chains drag across the floor. Marley's ghost appears, face wrapped in the same cloth once tied around his dead jaw. Marley laments an eternity of sorrow, forged link by link from selfish deeds. He warns Scrooge that still worse awaits unless he changes. Beat. 3 spirits, Marley says, will visit. Scrooge, rattled but proud, tries to dismiss it. Yet the first toll of 1 o'clock splits the night, and with it, the lock on Scrooge's sealed heart begins to loosen. Emphasis, awakening. 2. The ghost of Christmas, past, light on old wounds. A soft glow fills Scrooge's bedroom, and a childlike ancient figure beckons. This ghost of Christmas past transports him through memory's corridors. Beat. They revisit Scrooge's boarding school, where a forgotten boy reads by a dwindling fire, abandoned during the holidays. The sight stings. Scrooge realizes he once knew loneliness so profound that it calcified into his adult miserliness. Beat. Next, he sees his sister Fan, radiant and loving, fetching him home with promises of family. Dickens laces the scene with bittersweet joy, for Fan later dies, leaving behind her son, Scrooge's cheerful nephew Fred, whom Scrooge now rejects. Beat. A cotillion at Mr. Fezziwig's warehouse erupts in music, mince pies, and merriment. Fezziwig's generosity contrasts Scrooge's current austerity, showing how leadership drenched in kindness multiplies happiness. Beat. Finally, Scrooge watches himself break off an engagement with Belle, a young woman who loved him deeply. The decisive wedge. His growing worship of gold. Belle's tearful departure crystallizes the cost of avarice. Love traded for ledger books. Overcome, Scrooge pleads for the spirit to stop, but the ghost dims only after imprinting these memories. Beat. The past can neither be bought nor buried. It merely waits for acknowledgement. Emphasis, remorse. 3. The ghost of Christmas present, a feast of contrasts. Bells chime 2. A jolly giant draped in green welcomes Scrooge to Christmas present, standing over a cornucopia of food that glows like hearth embers. Beat. They sweep above London, where snow-dusted rooftops conceal thousands of simultaneous celebrations. The spirit sprinkles kindness from his torch, and laughter rises like steam from simmering puddings. They alight at the humble Cratchit home. Despite tight finances, the family prepares a modest feast with almost sacred delight. Tiny Tim, frail yet luminous, pronounces a blessing that pierces Scrooge's icy facade. Dickens crafts Tim not as pity embodied, but as hope made fragile flesh. Beat. Scrooge, moved by Tim's resilience, asks whether the child will live. The spirit echoes Scrooge's own earlier words. If he be like to die, He had better do it and decrease the surplus population. Shame burns across Scrooge's cheeks. Emphasis, compassion. Next is Fred's parlour, overflowing with charades, dance, and goodwill. Though Fred mocks his uncle's sourness, he still toasts to Scrooge's health, believing no soul is beyond redemption. These parallel households, one poor, one comfortable, both radiate warmth absent from Scrooge's cold chambers. Beat. Before departing, the spirit reveals two ragged children, ignorance and want, clinging to his robe. Their desperate faces indict society's neglect. The sight suggests that indifference, more than poverty, begets misery. As the clock nears midnight, the spirit ages into greyness. Christmas present lives but a single day, reminding us that goodwill must be seized, not postponed. 4. The ghost of Christmas yet to come. Silence and revelation. The final visitor arrives shrouded in black, pointing with a skeletal finger. No words, only relentless gestures toward what may be. Beat. First, Scrooge hears businessmen discuss a recent death, dismissing the departed with casual indifference. Others ransack a bedroom, selling bed curtains and the very shirt stripped from the corpse. Scrooge, disturbed, begs to see tenderness connected with death. Instead, he is taken to an impoverished family, relieved by that same demise, because it grants them temporary reprieve from debt. Beat. The spirit leads him at last to a neglected grave. Scrooge's name, Ebenezer Scrooge, gleams on the stone beneath fetid snow. He realizes the dead man scorned by all is himself. Horror merges with resolve. He clutches the spectral hand, vowing to honor Christmas in his heart always, to live in past, present, and future at once. Beat. Dawn breaks as Scrooge gasps awake, still alive. The curtains are intact, the bed sheets crisp. He bursts into laughter so rare it startles him. Beat. He sends a prize turkey to the Cratchits, donates lavishly to charity, and attends Fred's party brimming with apology and affection. Tiny Tim survives, and Scrooge becomes a second father to him, proving that futures are manuscripts written in pencil, not ink. Emphasis, transformation.